Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and X Factor, issue number 2. They go to the Mojo verse in this one. This tells me everything that is going to happen for the rest of the run of this X Factor comic book. Is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? No, we're going to find out. In the meantime, let's get talking about who made this comic book. So Leah Williams is the writer, David Baldeón on art, Israel Silva doing the color art, VC's Joe Caramagna jumping on them letters, and the design is by Tom Mueller. Ivan Shavrin doing the cover art, and there's a variant cover by Paco Medina. Jonathan Hickman is still the head of X. And this issue is a really weird issue name. It's a bunch of stuff. It's a bunch of stuff. Sweet. Number 2, Mojoverse Sonata Dance Macabre. Not Dancing Macabre. I actually thought about it for a second. I was like, is she going to be in this? No, she's not, because it's Dance Macabre. So anyway, Jean-Marie Bubler is back, and she's like, hey. And Jean-Paul's like, oh, sis, what's up? You know, they're twinsies, so, of course. Anyway, so they're hanging out and whatnot, and they're, talking, and somebody shows up and drops off this box. What's in the box? What's in the box? What's in the box? It turns out there's, like, meat and tennis shoes in the box. I'm saying, like, this is a really weird box, bruh. If there was a head inside the box, it would have made so much more sense. But basically, it's saying a mutant has died in the Mojoverse. It's like, oh, man. We go in the Mojoverse. Things always get super weird in the Mojoverse. And I know... Look, man. I know that the second iteration of X Factor was really weird. And it's pretty much been pretty damn weird ever since, almost entirely, right? I'm still going back to the original X Factor where it was fun. You know what I'm saying? There was some wild and crazy stuff going on. They teamed up with the Hulk, and it was like, the investigations were a little more, I don't know, whatever. I'm not usually a huge fan of slapstick silly stuff. Now, I still like this comic book, all right? Don't doubt that for a second, but it's like not liking, I don't know, pickled flavored ice cream, and then you find that somebody took out the pickle flavor ice cream from a Neapolitan box and you got the rest, and it's like, I'll eat the other 2 flavors in here, but I still taste a little bit of the pickle flavored ice cream. It's a really weird analogy to make, but just go with it. It'll make the explanation a lot easier. Anyway, this was a fun issue. I enjoyed this issue. I think that my favorite parts, go figure, are with Dakin. This is weird, man. It's really weird because, like, Protege went and asked at one point, what's your power? Because Dakin goes and asks, what's your power? Being a nerd? He's like, I don't know. What's your power? Being a slut? Yeah, it seems that way. Like, I was Protege. In the previous issue, when I was reviewing that, I'm like, I was Protege. Because I was asking, is that what his power is? It's like he has the ability to use pheromones, which is basically a really dirty mind control, to get people from both sexes to want to have sex with you, which is basically, it's a rapey. He's got the power of rape. That's his superpower. He's got the power of rape, right? His X gene is actually an R gene, and it's basically non-consent. I'm saying that's really messed up. It's a really messed up power. All that being said, it's like it's the son of Wolverine, and that's all you want to focus on. And then it was addressed in the comic book, which, guess what? That kind of makes it null. It kind of makes it void, and just, it was addressed in the comic book, and in a really good and funny way. So suddenly I don't have an argument anymore. Look, I can admit when I'm defeated. And I had my ass handed to me by Leah Williams, who probably never even heard my name before. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, somebody probably said something. I'm just going to, delete that person. My argument gone now because it was addressed in the comic book. I'm not being sarcastic. I'm being dead serious. And then it got even funnier because the part in here where they gotta They haven't gone for their sponsors yet to be in the certain areas of Mojoverse, the greater area of Mojoverse, the restricted areas. But they're just trying to, you know, like, are we allowed to stay in the general area of Mojoverse? And Dakin doesn't quite make it. They're talking about the fight or flight responses that are being triggered when they see North Star's eyebrows, which I died. I looked at that, I was like, God damn, that's a funny joke. That is funny as hell. His eyebrows triggered by fight or flight response. And like, iBoy is just everything. I think he had one line this entire one. Okay. And it was funny. God damn it. I don't want to like this kind of humor. I want to like the comic book, but I don't want to like this kind of humor. And yet somehow, bro, this is what Leah Williams does, because we've seen some of the stuff that she's done, like the Mary Jane book and all that. The Amazing Mary Jane, I think it was called. Dude, like, she writes good stories. She adds what seems like too much humor and zaniness. God, I hate zaniness. Somehow it just works so well in here. I'm laughing. When freaking Dakin isn't allowed into the city, Jean-Paul's pissed. Like, he's coming up with his Quebecois. What? You, like, the guy with the pheromone ability, what's he supposed to do? Use smell-o-vision and make everybody smell him, you know, through the cameras? Come on. Like, the guy with the pheromones, whose one power is to freaking, you know, like, make people like him, got booted out. Goes and says, maybe I just want to go back and hang out with your sister. I straight lost it. Yo, everybody can do a mama joke because everybody's got a mom. If their mom's dead, whatever, it's not your fault, it's not your business. You know what I'm saying? It's like, a mama joke is a mama joke because everybody's got a mama, right? But you find out that person's got a sister. And you two are button heads. Like, you're both throwing shade at each other. Sister suddenly becomes fair game. Like, you can't say stuff like that to a stranger. It's like, what kind of a bunghole are you? But like, when you've been trading barbs back and forth, and suddenly you find out, wait a second, this guy's got a sister? He's talking about going back and banging his sister. It's rapey. Oh my God, dude, think about this. Leah Williams made a funny rape joke. That's not supposed to happen. All right? Throw Bill Burr aside. She made a funny as hell rape joke. Ah, what the frig? My brain hurts. I need to massage my temples. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. It doesn't matter if it's implied or not. That's exactly what this is. He's going to go back and use his mind-controlling pheromones to sleep with his sister, or he's at least threatening to, or joking to, but like, that's the insinuation. That's what's implied here. Wow, this is freaking crazy. And it's funny, and it's good. And I'm enjoying this, dude. This is a... God damn it. I don't want Zany to be good. I don't want it. And yet somehow I'm still sitting here reading this comic book. I don't know how much longer that could last, bro. I don't know if we got... Like, this is kind of like the Thor Ragnarok kind of thing, where it's like, there's too many jokes. I mean, I laughed at every single one of them, but there's too many jokes. Yeah. I'm at that weird cusp of a threshold, but I'm still laughing my ass off as I'm reading this, bro. This is a good book. Go and grab this. Guys, also, you should go ahead and like the video and watch an ad. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.